Open Director, go to the Vanguard, go where it says Nightfall, where it says ADEPT, click on it. And you're going to choose any hero mode Nightfall that you want. I suggest doing hero mode Nightfall because matchmaking is on, meaning that the game will pair you up with 2 other guardians to help you, as opposed to Legend, Master, and Grandmaster, where matchmaking is off, meaning that you will need to find 2 other guardians to help you do the Nightfall. I also suggest doing hero mode Nightfall because the recommended power is 1280, which means it's not too difficult to do. Also, there's less modifiers in hero mode Nightfall compared to the Legend mode Nightfall, Master mode Nightfall, and Grandmaster Nightfall. The downfall to doing hero mode Nightfall is that the Nightfall weapon is uncommon, meaning that the drop rate for the Nightfall weapon is very low, which will make the Nightfall weapon a lot harder for it to drop as your reward at the end of the Nightfall. Which brings us to Legend and Master mode Nightfall, where the Nightfall weapon is common, meaning that the drop rate for the Nightfall weapon is higher compared to hero mode Nightfall, which means that the Nightfall weapon will drop more frequently for you as your reward at the end of the Nightfall. One thing to know is that doing ADEPT, Hero, Legend, and Master mode Nightfall will give you the normal version of the Nightfall weapon, which is the Hung Jury SR4 Scout Rifle. If you want to get the ADEPT version of the Hung Jury SR4 Scout Rifle, then you will have to do Grandmaster Nightfall. But even if you want the ADEPT version of the Hung Jury SR4 Scout Rifle, Grandmaster Nightfall doesn't open until June 22. So you're stuck in getting the normal version of the Hung Jury SR4 Scout Rifle for now. Not only that, but in order to get the Hung Jury SR4 Scout Rifle, you and your fire team have to be at least 1360 power, since the recommended power is 1360. And you also need to find 2 other guardians to help you do the Grandmaster Nightfall, since matchmaking is off in the Grandmaster Nightfall. Before doing any of the mode Nightfall, I recommend equipping the Prosperity Vanguard Ghost mod into your Ghost Shell, because Vanguard playlist streaks and Nightfall completions have a chance to drop an additional piece of legendary gear. Note that it's not 100% guaranteed that an additional piece of legendary gear will drop for you after the Nightfall completion. The additional piece of legendary gear can be a second Hung Jury SR4 Scout Rifle. It all depends on luck whether you get a second Hung Jury SR4 Scout Rifle. Again, it's not 100% guaranteed that if you do get an additional piece of legendary gear at the end of the Nightfall completion, for it to be a second Hung Jury SR4 Scout Rifle. It could be any other piece of legendary gear such as armor or any other weapon. Even if it's not 100% guaranteed the additional piece of legendary gear will drop at the end of the Nightfall completion, it doesn't hurt equipping the Prosperity Vanguard Ghost mod into your Ghost Shell, because you're doing the Nightfall anyway. Like every loot in Destiny 2, chances are that the Hung Jury SR4 Scout Rifle is not gonna drop with the God Roll perks that you want on the first drop, meaning that you have to keep on grinding out the Nightfall until you get the Hung Jury SR4 Scout Rifle with the weapon perks that you want. If for whatever reason you missed the chance in getting the Hung Jury SR4 Scout Rifle this week, don't worry, because it will come back. I will leave a link down in the description below to this Nightfall weapon rotation schedule. It essentially tells you what Nightfall weapon will drop for that week. For example, for the week of May 18, the Hung Jury Scout Rifle is dropping as a Nightfall reward. After that, it says pending discovery, because we don't know what the Nightfall weapon is gonna be for those upcoming weeks, since new weapons were added into the rotation for the season of the Splicer. But just keep a lookout into this Nightfall weapon rotation schedule to see what other week the Hung Jury Scout Rifle or any other weapon that you want is gonna be dropping for the Nightfall reward. That being said, when you know what version of the Hung Jury SR4 Scout Rifle that you want, either the normal version or the ADEPT version, just pick the Nightfall and go do the Nightfall. Good luck in getting the Hung Jury SR4 Scout Rifle, and hopefully you get it with the weapon perks that you want. Watch the snipers. Hey, nice. Hung Jury SR4 Scout Rifle. Let's go. I got the Hung Jury SR4 Scout Rifle with chamber compensator, extended barrel, steady round, air magwell, bottomless grip, box breathing, handling masterwork.